We've made it to the middle of the week. Here's what's happening right now on Apple Valley News Now, live at 6. The NBA Board of Governors voting to explore expansion with Seattle at the top of the list. Our Dan Hansen will tell you why 18 years of waiting may finally pay off for basketball fans. Plus, a Pasco police career spanning nearly 40 years comes to an end. The ceremony that honored Chief Ken Roski's contributions. Then a setback in plans to split the Benton-Franklin County juvenile justice system. The complications that are delaying the transition. And Stacy's here.
That's right. And from Ellensburg to the Tri-Cities, we've had partly sunny skies today, a little bit of breezy winds, and how long is that going to stick around? And when's it going to warm up? I'll tell you more. The News at 6 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Here we go on this Wednesday. Good evening. I'm Austin Reed. Our Wendy Redmond is anchoring Good Morning Northwest. All right, first at 6 o'clock, Seattle may be one step closer to getting the NBA back. Seattle, Washington, and the whole Northwest, right? The league's Board of Governors has approved a plan to begin formally exploring expansion. Seattle is one of the top cities in the running. You know, it's the latest step in a nearly two-decade effort to bring professional basketball back after the Supersonics left in 2008. Our Dan Hansen spoke with fans about what the news could mean.
For nearly 18 years, Seattle basketball fans have waited for this moment. The NBA's Board of Governors voting to explore expansion, with Seattle and Las Vegas at the top of the list. For many fans here, it's bringing back memories of a team that helped define the city's sports culture.
I think Seattle would be a perfect basketball team, a basketball town. I think it would be. You know, they used to have one, a beloved fan base. If it was the same thing, they brought it back, I think it'd come back with open arms, you know.
The Supersonics left Seattle in 2008 after a contentious battle over a new arena. The team was sold and moved to Oklahoma City, becoming the Thunder, leaving fans heartbroken and the city without an NBA franchise. But the push to bring basketball back never stopped. Seattle leaders renovated Climate Pledge Arena, making it NBA ready. Ownership groups have expressed interest in bringing a team back, and the city has continued to produce elite basketball talent. Washington leaders say the league should know Seattle is ready. Senator Maria Cantwell says in a statement, yes, the debate for NBA expansion has begun. Seattle will be front and center of that debate. Fans say the excitement is already building.
Well, they have everything else, you know, amongst all the big teams that have everything. You know, they got the Kraken, the new team. Seahawks just won the Super Bowl. And then you got the Mariners were within a game of a World Series last year, and to bring the Sonics back, I think that'd be great.
Even Governor Bob Ferguson says the return of the NBA would be a major moment for the state. Today's vote is a milestone in the effort to bring NBA basketball back home. Bringing the Sonics back is a top priority, and the state will be a strong partner in this effort. For Sonics fans, that hope is finally starting to feel real. If the NBA ultimately approves expansion, the Sonics could take the court as early as 2028. But the league is still evaluating ownership groups, arena plans, and expansion fees expected to top $6 billion. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, Dan, Seattle's former home court, Climate Pledge Arena, already meets NBA standards, which many believe strengthens the city's chances if the league decides to expand. Well, before we get to the rest of tonight's top stories, Stacy's happy about the Sonics.
We have some fans in the station, so good luck, Seattle, in getting that team back. So.
Hey, weather-wise, beautiful.
It was nice today, a little bit breezy though this afternoon.
Yeah,
so
I've noticed that.
If wind's not your thing, it's don't worry, it's not going to be for long. Let's take a live look outside in Pasco right now. A few clouds kind of rolling in. We're not expecting much in the way of rain tonight, but not a bad looking night as the sun sets at 7:16 this evening. Now those winds are sustained at 16 miles an hour in the Tri-Cities, but 61 degrees, so not bad. Your feels like is 61 outside. It's been very windy in the Kittitas Valley, Ellensburg, Petersburg area, up at Blewett Pass, down Sadius Pass, and then right on into the Columbia Basin. Dayton also pretty blustery this afternoon. Minor river flooding. We're keeping an eye on the Yakima and Natchez rivers. They're running fast and flowing high. I'll show you exactly when and where the river crusted. Temperatures tonight going to be chilly. If you've been planting a garden, you might want to protect your sensitive vegetation as our temperatures drop down to the freezing level. Planning your night, 40s and 50s at 7. We're going to be down in the 30s by 11 o'clock. So again, those winds will decrease overnight. That morning frost possible through the area. We're watching those rivers, and get ready. We have a nice weekend warm up. I'll give you all the details coming up. Austin?
All right, Stacey, we'll see in just a bit. A 75-year-old Zilla man has died following a crash earlier this month on Interstate 82 in Yakima County. According to Washington State Patrol, the crash happened March 4th, just after 12 noon, about 4 miles east of Union Gap. Troopers say the driver, identified as Anthony Fernandez, was heading westbound when a rear tire blew out. Investigators now say the pickup left the roadway and rolled, ejecting the driver. Fernandez was taken to Harborview Medical Center, where we have learned that he later died on March 18th. Troopers say he was not wearing a seatbelt. The cause of the crash is listed as defective equipment, and no drugs or alcohol were involved. Staying in Yakima County, and now to a crime alert out of Moxie, where police are asking for the public's help identifying 2 suspects in a burglary investigation. Officers say the 2 men here unlawfully entered the old Moxie Elementary School on East Seattle Avenue Sunday afternoon right around 2:30 p.m. Anyone who recognizes the individuals or has information is now asked to contact the Moxie Police Department. No word yet if they stole anything or caused any extensive damage. Turning to continuing coverage, the timeline for splitting up the Benton and Franklin County juvenile justice system is being pushed back a bit. Leaders voted today to extend the current bi-county agreement through the end of May while they work through staffing, courtroom space, and funding for a new juvenile court system. Franklin County had hoped to start sending juvenile inmates to Martin Hall in Medical Lake by April 1st, but commissioners now say the transition is more complicated and more expensive than originally expected.
It's a resolution to transfer funding into this new budget that will enable the court to stand up probation and court services in a new division to be established by local administrative court rule.
County leaders say moving forward too quickly could have meant layoffs for several court and detention employees, so they are taking additional time to sort out funding and staffing before making the transition. Franklin County originally thought the split would save about $2.5 million a year, but new estimates show the savings may be closer to about $1.3 million. After nearly 4 decades with the Pasco Police Department, Chief Ken Roski is calling it a career. Pasco PD held this ceremony earlier today to honor the chief, who has served in the role since 2019. The agency says he leaves behind a storied legacy, including helping launch a regional training academy. The chief says that serving the city of Pasco is one of the greatest honors of his professional life.
You embody the very best of what we stand for. Pride in our work, passion for our community, and dedication to the people that we serve.
A new chief of the Pasco Police Department is yet to be named. Heading to our state capitol now, Washington Governor Bob Ferguson signed a series of bills into law today at the state capitol, focusing largely on elections and voter access. The measures include updates to comply with the Washington Voting Rights Act, changes to how voter registration challenges are handled, and new protections for the state's voter database. Lawmakers also approved expanded voting access for military members, overseas voters, Native American communities, and people with disabilities. Another bill strengthens protections against voter suppression and vote dilution.
House Bill 1710 helps prevent unjust and discriminatory voting practices before they happen. Specifically, this bill establishes a state-level voting rights pre-clearance process. This means that jurisdictions that have previously violated voting rights laws must now obtain approval from the Office of the Attorney General before implementing elections-related changes that could harm voters.
The governor also signed a separate bill addressing student mobile device use in public schools. In a local living tonight, the Sunnyside Police Department is bringing a canine into the department for the first time in more than a decade, aiming to improve response and safety in the community. New at 6, Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with officials about the canine and the department's continued fundraising efforts.
The Sunnyside Police Department has added a new furry partner to patrol, a canine named Joker, a 2-year-old German Shepherd. The addition was made possible through the support from the Canine Foundation Yakima Valley. It's the first time Sunnyside has had a police dog in roughly 10 to 11 years, and leaders say the addition fills a critical gap when other agencies' canine units aren't available. Despite already having the dog, the department is still working to raise $50,000 to support training, equipment, and long-term maintenance, something Officer Jacob Garby says is no small task.
Our goal is $50,000, just the initial goal, and then we're going to try to push more towards after that, just to cover like maintenance of the dog, or say like a piece of gear breaks, a collar, a leash, something like that. It's all very expensive gear that we have to outfit these canines with.
Garby says the department has only had the canine for about a week and is already working to build that partnership.
So I went down Thursday of last week to Seattle. It flew in from Alabama, and I went to SeaTac, picked it up, and then once we got home, immediately started trying to bond with the dog, taking out on walks. Found out that its favorite toy is actually Kong's.
Sunnyside police officials tell me that their newest canine helper will serve in a variety of different facets for the department. However, they tell me that Sunnyside police went several years without having a canine until recently.
So there may not be a time where we can call out a canine, or one is available, or YPD might be tied up doing stuff in Yakima. So it's beneficial to us, and it was a huge push for us to get a canine, a patrol canine, to do that kind of work down here and then be readily available to agencies down here as well.
Garby says the canine will also play a key role in tracking and apprehending suspects, while also helping improve overall safety for both officers and the community. However, Garby says the department still has a ways to go with fundraising.
I believe we're about 19% of the way there, so we still have a far way to go, but with the efforts of the community and everything, we're going to get there, I have no doubt.
The Sunnyside Police Department says adding a canine is a major step forward in strengthening public safety and expanding its capabilities across the region. In Sunnyside, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
William, thank you for that story. Officials say those interested in donating can contact the Sunnyside Police Department, or you can give through the Canine Foundation Yakima Valley. Apple Valley News Now, live at 6, is just getting started. Coming up, double the champions means doubling the fun celebrating. We are live in Richland this hour, where the community is honoring state success. And let's go outside. Live pictures from our Skycam network. Look at that shot from Pasco. Beautiful sunset, almost in motion. You're watching the news at 6 as we are on your side.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication
shop. Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $495 with the purchase of qualifying Daikin ductless equipment at Bruce Rogers Heating & Air will find the unit that works right in your space. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
This March, the keys to winning are waiting for you at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. And one of those keys unlocks a brand new Toyota 4Runner or $20,000 cash on March 29th. But until then, kickstart the winning with up to $10,000 in free play every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Rev up your luck and multiply your entries every Wednesday. Each entry brings you one step closer to the choice between a new Toyota 4Runner or $20,000 cash. It's the $100,000 keys to winning, only at Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton.
The three little pigs needed a home because their old one blew over, but every mortgage felt like another scam.
The big bad wolf offered a loan.
Our rates will blow you over.
Then came Wolf & Company Mortgage. More hot air. The pigs were about to give up, but then they found Yakima Federal Savings and Loan.
Very helpful and friendly. And a great rate that made sense.
Skip the wolves. Trust Yakima Federal Savings and Loan for your home loan. Visit yakimafed.com. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
60% of women experience leaks with bladder protection pads. Try Always Discreet. It has a unique rapid dry core that converts liquid to gel for secure protection with less bulk than Poise. Try Always Discreet. It's designed to protect.
Before you try drastic measures, try new Olay Regenerist, upgraded with triple collagen peptides to strengthen cellular bonds from within. For firmer, lifted, more radiant skin. Only Olay.
These days, the world is moving faster than ever, but I like to say, not so fast when it comes to a progressive disease like chronic kidney disease. Jardiance is a little pill proven to slow the progression of CKD and reduce the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine and infection between and around the anus and genitals. Both may be fatal. Severe allergic reactions, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections in men and women, and low blood sugar. Stop taking and tell your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, rash, swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing. Tell your doctor about lightheadedness, weakness, fever, pain, tenderness, redness, or swelling between the anus and genitals. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Find the goodness of slow by saying, not so fast, CKD. Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
Dateline tonight on Apple Valley News Now's My Network TV.
Our news live at 6 continues, where Richland High School is holding a community celebration tonight for their two athletic state champions. The boys basketball team won their first state title in 47 years, and Savannah Thorpe became Richland's first girls wrestler to win a state title. They are being honored with a pep rally very, very soon at Richland High School. That is where we find our very own Jake Gable. He joins us live. So Jake, how is the school planning to celebrate their state champs?
Yes, so it's going to start at 7 p.m. So we're a little early to the festivities right now, but the school's going to be having both of those athletic programs honored. Savannah Thorpe being honored for her wrestling, and then, of course, the boys basketball team as well going to be honored as well. If you want to look behind me, obviously not everything here since it's set up, but not going on just yet. To your right, you're going to see the boys basketball trophies, the nets that they cut down and everything, and you have some pictures of the former teams that also won for them. The last champion for the boys team was 1979, so it's been about 47 years since the last time they've had a state title winner. Now on the other side, you have Savannah Thorpe, her championship belt. She's also got her uniform and some trophies as well, so they're all set up for everything, and there's going to be a lot more people coming in. It's set for 7. We're about 45 minutes out from now, but people were here as early as 5 p.m. ready to show support for the historic Bombers season that they had in their each respective sport. But I'll have a little bit more when it gets closer to the event, but I'll send it back to the studio now for weather.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And overall, it's been a pretty pleasant day, but we have shaky cameras due to gusty winds and a few clouds rolling in. But overall, look at the beautiful valley of Yakima. Very nice, 52 degrees. We've got our sunset at 7:16. The winds are coming from the west-northwest, 17 miles an hour. But if we take a look at the gusts, those are even stronger. So the gusts are as high as 31 in Yakima, 34 in Ellensburg, 34 in Sunnyside. So just a very breezy night. But don't worry, winds will start to decrease as we get through the rest of the evening. Other areas, our top wind speeds, 30 to 40 miles an hour for most. Ellensburg, though, could see some gusts up to 45 miles an hour. We're also tracking some upper elevation snow, and especially in those upper Cascade Mountains closer to the Canadian border. Things are starting to quiet down across the area. But that system that came in yesterday, again, it's the remnants of another atmospheric river, but this one decided not to park and stay for days and days and days. Futurecast shows a little bit of snow developing overnight outside of Tollgate. Ski Bluewood area could pick up maybe half an inch or so tonight, and things are starting to quiet down across the Cascades. As far as the lower elevations, tomorrow, mostly clear skies, looking really good. So enjoy it. We're going to have some sunshine, but temperatures are cool from this cold front. That's what's allowing the snow to happen across our passes. 4 inches at Stevens, 2 at Snoqualmie Pass, and 2 inches possible at White. And as I mentioned, a half an inch to an inch possible in our Blue Mountains from that system. But again, quieting down overnight. The rivers are finally kind of cresting, getting to their top levels of water, and they will start to recede as we head towards Friday. But rivers, creeks, and streams are moving swift. The water is cold, dangerous to recreate in those right now. We're also watching the Yakima River at Easton. It's right there at minor flood stage, so just getting over its banks slightly, but will start to recede. Now, it is feeling cooler, and most of the top part of the U.S. is below average. Meanwhile, the southern portion of the U.S. has record-breaking heat in many areas, from Los Angeles to Dallas and Atlanta and beyond. So it's been very, very hot across the country, the lower half anyway. We're going to have chilly temperatures tonight. Look at this. We're down to the freezing level. Expect widespread frost through the areas. If you're just planting those gardens, you want to protect your sensitive vegetation, as we're going to be chilly for the next couple of nights, actually, because you see that 29 degrees from Thursday night into Friday. But sunshine during the day, breezy winds, and temperatures almost hitting 70 degrees this weekend. We gear up next week for another system moving through where we could see some showers. Looks like the middle of the week, which is also April Fool's Day, is our best chance for seeing those rain showers. All right, in Ellensburg, 50-degree temps, close to 60 on the weekend. Next week, we get a little bit breezy with a slight chance of rain by the middle of the week. In in Hermiston, breezy winds continue there through tomorrow, but enjoy that sunshine. And again, those temperatures close to 70 degrees. Walla Walla also will tip up into the 60s, but a couple of chilly nights there as well. Looking for rain showers to start developing in the early part of next week till April 1st, which is April Fool's Day on Wednesday. Breezy winds and 60, almost 70 degrees Sunday in Pendleton. So not too bad. I put the April Fools up there to get everybody ready. Start thinking about your prank.
It's already coming. Already coming. I have ideas.
Okay.
I ain't saying anything.
Okay, keep it to yourself,
yeah.
But we got some pranks coming.
All right, very good. Stacey, thank you. Coming up next, one of the world's top wildlife photographers gets chosen by the people. The stunning image taking home the prestigious London Award.
Some recipes come with a little extra chaos.
Steal some and try it. Oh, that was a big bite.
Memories are made in the kitchen.
Little pinch.
Find the right appliance to make more of them at Breads.
Right now, score big savings on all LG appliances. Whether you're looking for a fridge, dishwasher, or oven, we have the appliances for you in stock, ready to go today. Swing into Fred's Appliance. We're local, like you.
This season, your refund goes further.
At all Walker's Furniture and Mattress locations. For a limited time, we're giving you a sales tax discount equal to double the sales tax. So you can refresh your space for much less with the tax break you need and the comfort you deserve.
Plus, with no money down, special financing for 5 years, you can save now and pay over time.
This week at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority.
We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Honda vehicles are built for exploring, with available features like all-terrain tires, off-road tuned suspension, and Trail Watch. All from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.49% APR on a 2026 CR-V.
Before you head for the slopes, catch the Apple Valley News Now Northwest Ski Report. It's on air during weather, online at applevalleynewsnow.com, or on our mobile app. The Northwest Ski Report from Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Schweitzer in Sandpoint, Idaho.
Check it out. The journey on Rocky Mountaineer has been incredible so far. It feels like you can reach out and touch the mountains, and I've never felt so taken care of. You really just have to be here.
Experience the Canadian Rockies by Luxury Rail. Rocky Mountaineer.
Whoa. How are you doing that?
I just started banking with ICCU.
ICCU?
Best banking experience of my life. Smart technology, great rates, benefits with my checking. Plus, it's just nice to talk to people who actually care.
And that made you able to lift a bazillion pounds?
You tell me. Hey, you got any more 45s back there?
Everything you need for your banking and everything you love about a credit union. ICCU. Life's greener here.
Time to check this out. The winning photo in the Wildlife Photographer of the Year People's Choice Award at London's Natural History Museum has been revealed.
That's right. Drum roll. Flying rodent shows a playful young lynx playing with its prey by tossing it in the air. A record number of people from around the world voted on 24 photos. That is pretty cool.
It is a neat one. The image was captured in Spain by Josef Stefan of Austria. Stefan said winning the award is the highlight of his 30 years as a nature photographer. 3 cities are getting an underground tunnel from Elon Musk's The Boring Company.
That's right. Baltimore, Dallas, and New Orleans beat nearly 500 other hopeful cities in the Tunnel Vision Challenge competition. As winners, they'll each get a 1-mile tunnel fully funded by the company.
The Boring Company digs underground tunnels to try to alleviate surface traffic. Right now, the only in operation is in Las Vegas.
That's right. It's 2 miles long and uses Teslas with human drivers to get people around. But the city recently approved 68 more miles with 104 stations. Wow.
So the Boring Company, not very boring.
Yeah, wave of the future for sure.
Coming up next in our 6:30 half hour, spring means irrigation season returns to the Yakima Valley and especially in the city of Yakima. What residents need to do now to prepare.
First Alert Weather Radar, sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union.
When looking at your meal, you must always make sure there's enough sauce for every single bite.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece Chicken McNuggets for only $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Lifetime Dental is committed to providing the best dental care in the Tri-Cities by treating patients like family, as well as providing a healthy work-life balance for the team. Hear what their doctors have to say.
I think developing that relationship with a patient is where you get the trust. And then with the trust is when you can really kind of build on these treatment plans and provide the best care for them so that the outcome is most predictable and that they're the most satisfied. I think my passion kind of more stems from the problem-solving aspect of dentistry. So I really like getting complex patients that need a lot of different needs and kind of figuring out a plan that incorporates like good dentistry to kind of solve their problems. I think I just get that emotional recharge from just kind of spending quality time with family. So my 2 girls and then my wife. So we try and get out of the house and get up in the mountains or go to the beach and just kind of do quality things together. And that's kind of where I get my most recharge from, for sure.
Lifetime Dental Care, located at Queensgate, voted best dentist in the Tri-Cities 9 times.
Get this exceptional offer on a 2026 Cadillac Optiq. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts thanks Shelby's Floral and Hapo Community Credit Union for supporting Bikes for Tykes. If you know a child who needs a bike but can't afford one, click Bikes for Tykes on our website. From Shelby's Floral, Hapo Community Credit Union, and Apple Valley News Now.
Another wrinkle? That's irritating. But your retinol shouldn't be. New Olay Retinol 24 with triple collagen peptides visibly repairs wrinkles and dark spots without all that irritation. New Olay Retinol 24. Only Olay.
Antacid?
It might be more than heartburn.
Pepto-Bismol, son?
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Great vintage, huh?
And it pairs well with everything. Pepto-Bismol.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu, which means make it a meal and save. Extra value meals are back. So now, get a sausage McMuffin with egg meal for $5.
A Kennewick neighborhood threatened with a sex offender home. Residents fight back and win.
We stood united.
Apple Valley News Now tells their story.
We wouldn't even found out about this if it wasn't for you and the guys out in Valley.
Only one station, Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Next, E.T.
I wasn't that scary.
Celebrating 40 years of Stand By Me, Jerry O'Connell, Will Wheaton, and Corey Feldman reunite on E.T. Plus, why everyone's talking about NCIS. Next, E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Right now on the region's only live and local news at 6:30 p.m., Kennewick tackles a water quality issue at one of its key sources, the $15 million grant helping the city address the problem. Plus, new at 6:30, plans for a Tri-Cities Veteran Cemetery takes a big step forward. The approval process that could open the door for fundraising. Our Caleb Stipkovitz has the details as the news continues now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Great to see you on this Wednesday. We've made it to the middle of the week. Austin Reed alongside Stacy Lee. We're both wearing yellow because it's just feeling like spring.
It's feeling very springy out there. And of course, that's usually, it's breezy winds sometimes, occasional showers, all that good stuff. But let's take a live look outside as we're just about the sunset, where we see some, clouds out there, and you definitely see the water moving on the Columbia with those breezy to gusty winds. 61 degrees. Our visibility is great tonight, and our winds are coming from the west at 16 miles per hour. Let's take a look at the gusts around the area. Very blustery up towards Ellensburg and Yakima this evening. And again, very windy along the foothills of the Blues. We will see those winds start to decrease overnight. Now, we've been keeping a close eye on our rivers, creeks, and streams, and we've been seeing some minor river flooding. That will continue through Thursday. The rivers have basically crested, and they're going to start lowering here over the next couple of days as a ridge of high pressure dries us out. But we are going to see some chilly temperatures tonight, down below freezing. We could see widespread area frost, so protect your sensitive vegetation. For tomorrow, we'll see highs in the 50s through the area. No chances of precip, and again, those winds will be much lighter. So looking for some sunshine tomorrow. It's going to be very nice. So get ready for those winds to decrease, the chilly night and the morning frost, that minor river flooding starting to finally calm down, and then that weekend warm up. I'll tell you more about that when we come back. Austin?
Stacey, thank you. Now to a story that we have been following. A veteran cemetery in the Tri-Cities is one step closer to reality, with the Washington Department of Veterans Affairs unveiling its first design plan earlier this afternoon. New at 6:30, Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz walks you through the plan and what it's going to take to bring it to life.
For veterans and their families who live in the Tri-Cities, it's long been a hope to bring a veteran cemetery to the area. And after the VA held a town hall Wednesday afternoon in Richland, that dream looks to finally be realized.
I wanted to find out what the progress was of the cemetery. I was at the first town hall meeting a couple years ago. I'm pretty impressed with what they've done so far. I'm looking forward to finding out what's going to happen in the future.
This is the design that the VA is proposing. It includes burial space, gardens, and walkways, and a natural amphitheater in the middle. The property that the VA hopes to purchase is in the Horn Rapids area of Richland, right off the Yakima River. Although it's a first step, the VA says that nailing the design portion is critical to the project's timeline. And once that plan is approved, it would open the door for federal funding and for the land acquisition to go through. After Wednesday's town hall, the VA says that it hopes to incorporate the community's suggestions into its plans, especially when it comes to future engagement.
The community wants updates on what's going on with the project. They would ideally love to see a sort of an agenda or bullet points of what are the next steps. They would like to be involved in the community and sharing what's moving forward.
The VA says that it is now conducting an on-site analysis of the property, and it hopes to receive a final pre-design report by May. Reporting from Richland, Caleb Sipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
A very big deal for our area, Caleb. Thank you. You know, the closest veteran cemetery to the Tri-Cities is in Medicine Lake. That's nearly a 2-hour drive from our area. All right, irrigation season in Yakima begins April 1st, with most city systems starting water delivery that day. Officials say all systems should be fully operational by April the 8th. Residents are encouraged to make repairs now and make sure faucets are turned off before water starts flowing to avoid flooding. The season typically runs through mid-October. Kennewick leaders are moving forward with a project to improve water quality at one of the city's key sources. The Rainy Collector in Columbia Park has tested positive for small amounts of PFAS, man-made chemicals linked to health concerns. City officials say they have secured a $15 million grant to help address the issue. Though the full project will cost more, work now focuses on finalizing designs and preparing for construction to ensure safe, reliable water for residents.
It's about a $35 million project, so we're actually lobbying to try to bridge the gap in that.
And we also want to point out that city officials say they are continuing to seek additional funding to complete the project and reduce PFAS levels, calling it a critical investment in the city's long-term water infrastructure. Time for Pump Patrol. U.S. gas prices continue climbing as tensions in the Middle East impact global oil markets. As for the cheapest gas in our region, we're going to start in Yakima. Country Corner in Wapato has regular right now for $4.13. The Sinclair in Yakima on Goodman Road has gas for $4.39. In the Tri-Cities, Maverick on Clearwater sits at $4.96. In Pasco, Mid-Columbia Grocery has regular for $4.70 tonight. Down in Hermiston, the Space Age Fuel has gas for $4.50. And then in Pendleton, the Circle K on Court also has it for $4.50. If you do see cheaper gas, send us an email, news@applevalleyNewsNow.com. Talking sports, Washington State's football team is holding public practice in Pasco this Saturday, March the 28th. Held at Edgar Brown Memorial Stadium, the practice is free for fans to go and watch. There will also be a kids football clinic hosted by players and coaches held directly after. This will be just the second spring practice for new coach and Prosser native Kirby Moore.
Our guys an opportunity to compete, right, with a good crowd there at Edgar Brown. Have a kids camp right after, so there's going to be a ton of really good competition, right? We're going to have people in the crowd in terms of that game feel, and then after that, making sure we're embracing the community and giving back to our potential future Cougs.
Practice is set to start at 11:45 a.m. and last roughly 2 hours. Children from kindergarten to 8th grade are eligible to participate in the clinic and must register beforehand. Well, the Seattle Kraken's goalie, Joey Daccord, is not just a stopper. In tonight's Kraken player profile, our very own Jake Gable shares why he is the fiery heart that ignites his team's spirit on every shift.
The Kraken Player Profile, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
The Seattle Kraken's goalie Joey Daccord isn't just stopping pucks. He's the energy spark for this team. His path to the NHL was not easy. He was a late draft pick, and he spent years in the minor leagues, learning and grinding. But that long journey is exactly why he plays with such passion. He knows he earned his spot. On the ice, Daccord is dynamic. He's aggressive, always challenging shooters, and quick to start the offense with his stick. He doesn't sit back, he attacks the game. He brings a focused intensity to every single shift. He has stepped up this season to be the reliable starter, putting up numbers that make him one of the best in the league. Daccord proves that a committed work ethic and relentless belief in your ability is what matters most. He is the backbone that the Kraken trust. Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
You can catch the Kraken play the Tampa Bay Lightning this Thursday at 4 right here on ABC's Apple Valley News Now. So that's tomorrow. All right, coming up next, 2 state titles generate one unforgettable community event. We are live once again at Richland High School, where the celebration continues for their top athletes. Then Stacy is coming back with a look at your full First Alert forecast. Before we head to break, I do want to tell everybody about a correction I want to make sure that everybody knows. Earlier in Caleb's story, we said that the nearest veteran cemetery was in Medicine Lake. That is not true. We meant to say Medical Lake. Medical Lake. All right, we'll be right back.
Dateline tonight on Apple Valley News Now's My Network TV.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
60% of women experience leaks with bladder protection pads. Try Always Discreet. It has a unique rapid dry core that converts liquid to gel for secure protection, with less bulk than Poise. Try Always Discreet. It's designed to protect.
Before you try drastic measures, try new Olay Regenerist, upgraded with triple collagen peptides to strengthen cellular bonds from within. For firmer, lifted, more radiant skin. Only Olay.
Struggling with digestive issues? At Prosser Digestive Health Motility Center, board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Amber Sharon helps uncover real answers close to home. Advanced testing services include anorectal manometry and drug-free biofeedback for chronic constipation and bloating, Bravo pH testing for heartburn, and esophageal manometry to diagnose swallowing problems. Restore your quality of life. Talk to your primary care provider or gastroenterologist about a referral, or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
Imagine handing a local family the keys to a safe, affordable home. It all starts with land. At Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity, land is the most costly barrier to building affordable homes. Thanks to an anonymous donor and a local developer partnership, every donation is matched. We need to raise $370,000 to secure 3 buildable lots for future Habitat homes. Support thriving neighborhoods for generations. Donate today, and your donation will be doubled to make an even greater impact.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Honda vehicles are built for exploring, with available features like all-terrain tires, off-road tuned suspension, and Trail Watch. All from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.49% APR on a 2026 CR-V.
Your gut is like a garden, growing both good bacteria and bad. That balance is key to a healthy gut environment. Benefiber's plant-based prebiotic fiber gently nourishes the good bacteria, working with your body to help your gut and you flourish effortlessly every day. Grow what feels good with Benefiber.
Welcome back. In celebration of their athletic program's state champions, Richland High School is holding a community pep rally. The boys basketball team won state this year, and wrestler Savannah Thorpe also took home the title of state champion. Amongst the crowd at Richland High School is our very own Jake Gable. He joins us live alongside a guest. Now, Jake, what do these championships mean to members of the Richland community?
What's even better than asking the state champion herself, Savannah Thorpe. Savannah, first of all, what's it like to kind of have this community support around you for winning your individual state title?
Oh, it means so much. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity that everyone here is here to support. Women's wrestling is growing so much, so to have everybody here supporting and lifting up not just me, but the sport in general, that is huge, and so it's greatly appreciated.
You guys won as a team last year, but this year you get to win as an individual state champion. Was there any differences or anything you were able to take away from that experience to get to this point?
I think last year was definitely a confidence booster just in our program. I knew we had a great program, and I knew we had such gifted girls and a gifted team. So winning state as a team last year really just solidified that and checked that box. So coming into this year, it helped me just be so much more confident and knowing our coaches knew what they're talking about, our team, they're hard workers, the support. So definitely it was a great confidence builder for sure.
Well, Savannah, congratulations. Enjoy today. You have earned it and you deserve it. But right now, I'll send it back to the studio for weather.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we had a lovely day today. A few clouds and some breezy winds. And if you have our weather app, you can be watching the progress of the work being done at the rodeo there, rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. So they've been working hard to get that all done for rodeo season. 43 degrees. It's been windy there. We've got gusty winds at 24 miles an hour from the northwest, and the clouds are definitely setting in the area. We're seeing gusts of 34 miles an hour, very breezy in Yakima and right on down the Columbia Basin and foothills of the Blues. Top wind speeds 40 to 45 miles an hour. The good news is these winds will decrease after 11 or 12 o'clock tonight and be much lighter for tomorrow. We've also been tracking some light snow across our tippy tops of our mountains there in the Cascades. The biggest portion has been in the northern portion of the Cascades and a little bit moving across the I-90 Snoqualmie Pass. So that is the remnants of what's left of that atmospheric river kind of hanging out over those mountains. Our futurecast is showing a little bit of snow possible outside of Dayton in the Blue Mountains, Ski Bluewood area, but then we see the snow starting to, well, go away. And as we get into your Thursday, it's looking pretty good. Mostly clear skies tomorrow. A chilly start in the morning. We'll talk about that in a minute, but enjoy the sunshine and mostly clear skies. All right, snow totals: 4 inches at Stevens, 2 at Snoqualmie, 2 at White, and then taking a look at our Blue Mountains, we have about an inch or about a half an inch possible in those locations. So river flooding, that's been the big talk for the last couple of weeks. Most of our rivers have finally crested and they're going to start to get decreased, but they're still in the action stage, meaning that they're running fast, they're running high, and the water is very cold, so it's dangerous to be recreating around our rivers. There's the crest here at 11 o'clock tonight for the Yakima River at Easton, just spilling over its banks, and then it'll start to recede as the day goes on tomorrow. Temperature-wise, boy, this part, about the middle of the country down, has been hot, record-breaking hot. Then the slice up here, it's been cool, so very cool in the northern part of the United States, and that shows tonight. We're going to see overnight lows dipping down below freezing, creating some frost possible. And again, those folks just planting those gardens, sensitive vegetation needs to be protected for the next couple of nights. Overall, though, look at this. We have a nice long stretch through Sunday of really nice weather. Now, we will see increasing clouds and a chance of rain, a better chance of seeing it on Wednesday, which, by the way, is April Fool's Day. All right, Yakima also has a nice stretch of warm weather, getting into the mid-60s this weekend, a little more active, and a slight chance of those showers developing Monday. Better chance of seeing them midweek. Here's Ellensburg, also nice long stretch, little bit chilly there overnight for a couple of days, so be aware of that. Hermiston looking good with some breezy winds there as well. We'll see those overnight lows, though, chilly for a couple of nights in a row. Walla Walla, you're going to see temperatures in the mid-60s, so a really nice weekend. And then those clouds will start to build the first part of next week. Pendleton also looking good, although it's going to be breezy. And again, watch those overnight lows for the next couple of nights. So I haven't planted anything, so I should be good.
Not just yet, yeah.
Not just yet.
All
Just
right.
wait for it.
Wait for it. Coming up, from abandoned and bullied to a beloved internet sensation, the heartwarming reason Punch the Baby Monkey is back in the headlines.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month, just announced. Get $8,360 total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $1,250 members-only incentive.
At the Pacific Campus, our medical care for seniors is built with intention. We take time, we listen, we create personalized plans designed for strength, clarity, and longevity. And because your care is inside the PC, wellness isn't separate from your healthcare. It's part of it. Membership isn't required, but many choose it to stay active and connected. Call, text, or stop by. We're always here for you. Your fourth quarter matters. Let's play it strong.
Spring isn't just a season, it's a feeling. It's mornings that move you, moments that stretch out, laughter that lingers a little longer, and spaces that welcome everyone home. Refresh your living room, bedroom, and dining room with savings up to 50% off. Plus, enjoy up to 60 months, no interest financing. Visit a More Furniture showroom near you or online at morefurniture.com.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office on Thursday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
Nob Hill Casino invites you to have a ball. Not only do we have the friendliest dealers in town, but our progressive games have amazing jackpots. Play great Vegas-style table games 7 days a week. And when you join our Players Club, you'll unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Plus, Players Club members automatically take part in our Have a Ball drawing every hour on the half hour from 9:30 to 2:30. So grab your friends and take the short drive to Nob Hill Casino, where the locals come to win.
Criminy. Your plants, how'd you get them to grow like this?
I started banking with ICCU.
ICCU?
Yeah, I should have switched a long time ago. Credit union with service and technology like theirs is just better. I can do everything in the app and talk to an actual human being on video chat.
Hi. And that made your plants grow like crazy?
You tell me.
Everything you need for your banking and everything you love about a credit union. ICCU. Life's greener here.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
It seems our beloved Punch has finally made a real best friend. As you may recall, Punch went viral when an adorable video of the baby monkey toting a stuffed animal everywhere took the internet by storm.
That's right. The story took a dark turn when officials at Japan's Ichikawa City Zoo confirmed the plushie was a comfort device of sorts for Punch, who was abandoned by his mother and bullied by the other monkeys.
But now the zoo says the 7-month-old is finally fitting in, hugging and playing with others, and has even been seen clinging to what the zoo calls his new best friend, another monkey named Mo.
Yay!
Yay! Major League Baseball season is here, and these days your food choices go well beyond hot dogs and peanuts.
That's right. Check out some of these new takes on the classic Frankfurter. The Capital Slugger at Nationals Park in Washington is half-smoked sausage with chili, fried jalapenos, and fried onions.
Visitors to Dodger Stadium will still be able to get a very popular bone marrow taco. Now, for dessert, Arizona Diamondback fans can get a salted caramel milkshake that has Kit Kats and Cracker Jacks on it. Yum, yum, yum.
And if you go to a Mariners game, you got to get, I know the breath will be bad, the garlic fries. They're good.
Final weather when we come back.
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel provides the full spectrum of orthopedic care.
A lot of times when I talk to patients, they're in so much pain that they can't do their hobbies. We can use the machine to balance the knee before we make any bony resections, and then that will hopefully translate to a faster recovery and a better, more natural feeling knee.
To learn more about services including robotic joint replacement at Prosser Orthopedic Center, visit prosserhealth.org.
If you use opioids like fentanyl, you need to be ready for the possibility of an overdose. For starters, communicate. If you're using alone, ask someone you trust to check on you. Stay accessible. Be sure people can get to you if you need help. And start with a small dose, especially if it's been a while. The short version, plan ahead, stay safe. You're worth the effort. More tips at preventoverdosewa.org/safety tips.
Just like you, I'm working towards buying my first home.
I'm saving for my children's future.
Like you, I want financial tools that make my life easier.
At Hapo, we're more than employees. We're people just like you, and we understand what really matters.
And just like you,
we're planning for our future.
And I care about making a difference.
We are here to help you navigate life's milestones, big and small, because we're just like you. Join us at Hapo today.
Another wrinkle?
That's irritating.
But your retinol shouldn't be. New Olay Retinol 24 with triple collagen peptides visibly repairs wrinkles and dark spots without all that irritation. New Olay Retinol 24. Only Olay.
Antacid?
It might be more than heartburn.
Pepto-Bismol, sir?
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Great vintage, huh?
And it pairs well with everything. Pepto-Bismol.
The journey on Rocky Mountaineer has been incredible so far. It feels like you can reach out and touch the mountains, and I've never felt so taken care of. You really just have to be here.
Experience the Canadian Rockies by Luxury Rail. Rocky Mountaineer.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Take the road trip you've been dreaming of with an efficient new Honda. Turn heads with unmistakable style and sport-tuned suspension. All from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts thanks Shelby's Floral and Hapo Community Credit Union for supporting Bikes for Tykes. If you know a child who needs a bike but can't afford one, click Bikes for Tykes on our website. From Shelby's Floral, Hapo Community Credit Union, and Apple Valley News Now. First Alert Weather Radar, sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union.
And welcome back. We like to wrap things up on a positive note and your reason to smile, thanks to Lifetime Dental. Dee sent this one in, and it almost kind of looks like, you know, they call them the Blue Mountains. They almost look blue in this picture, at least the gray sky, but greener pastures ahead for sure. Use that QR code right there on top of your screen to submit your weather photo. Great stuff. Thanks, Steve, for that. All right, forecast for tomorrow, again, in the 50s. The overnight lows, Austin, tonight, it's going to be a chilly one, so expect some chilly temperatures out the door in the first part of the day, and then prepare yourself for sunshine and much lighter winds. Going to be pretty nice tomorrow.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us here at 6. Updates anytime at AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Austin Reed with Stacey Lee, hoping your news is good news.
We'll be back at 11. Have a great night.